Welcome back, water signs. This is going to be, this social utera, this is going to be a weekly energy reading. So we're going to call these weekly energy readings. So I don't know what I'm going to title them just yet, but see, I like doing these. So I'm going back to these cards, but I might change it up. We'll see. I'm going back to these cards for now, water signs. So let's see what's going on with this first week in November. What's the energy like in this first week in November? So, I'm gonna lay out the 12 cards, and then we just gonna get started. This is for my water signs, all the water signs, okay? All right, water signs. Water signs, the first card is going to be your personality. So what's going on with your personality in this first week in November? And I had the King of Air in reverse. So I feel like there's some water signs here that's just not going to be communicating in this first week. Maybe you feel like you want to talk about a situation or whatever's going on here. I had the King of Air in reverse. So the King is at the top. So this person is really not trying to communicate at all. We ain't trying to communicate the truth. We're not trying to communicate because air signs to me is like communication. So there is some water signs definitely not communicating no feelings. We ain't talking about no emotions. We just not communicating in this first week in November. And that could be where your ego at. That's where your personality at. And you like, I'm not doing it. All right. Where's your mind at though? As far as your memories in the in this first week, I feel like you coming out of that. You coming out of that point where you wasn't really trying to talk to nobody about a situation, because we got the Hermit in the reverse. I think you had to take that time out. And now you're ready to discuss the situation. You're ready to speak and communicate. You ready to divulge some kind of truth, or you ready to hear some kind of truth as far as your memory. This could be past memory. This could be what you're thinking about right now. But there's definitely that feeling of coming out of a point where water signs where you just wasn't going to talk about it because you was in a hermit mode. You was like trying to figure some stuff out for yourself, some answers, some truths for yourself. But now you're like, okay, I'm ready to start talking. I'm ready to start communicating. So you ready to let the truth come out, I guess. That's how I'm feeling for my water signs in this first week in November. Where your mental inclinations is, and I'll say that's like, where you going with all this, water signs? Where you going with all this? I think you trying to get close to somebody and trying to get back to this place where you was together with somebody, with the Two of Water here, like where y'all did things together. You trying to get that back to where it used to be. And that might be why, like, maybe you was waiting on that truth, water sign. You was there, and that's why you closed off. You became the hermit. You didn't want to talk about it. You wasn't getting the truth. Your mind is trying to get you back here. You want to get back to this where y'all was going through something together, not where you just doing this by yourself, or you in this mode by yourself, in this place where you don't want to talk by yourself. You want to go back to where y'all had each other to get through this situation. All right, water signs. That's what I'm feeling for my first week. What mood you in, water sign? Your mood? Well, there's some water signs here that feel like with the Five of Earth that they may have to beg a little bit. I don't know. I feel like you got to beg for scraps, or you at least feel like you do beg for this person's attention. Maybe beg for a little bit of their time. Like you really feeling really low right now. You feeling like you got to be down here just to pick up the little bit of bits and pieces that's left in this relationship. So right now your mood is like maybe you feel like you're the only one that's trying to at least pick the relationship back up, to get it back together again. You know, maybe that's why you went hermit mode. You didn't want to talk about it because you knew water signs that you was going to be the only one trying to put the pieces back together. You was the only one that's going to be scraping to get this thing back on its feet, where y'all two could be going through this thing together, because you probably going through it all by yourself. All right, water signs, that's what mood you in. But what's on your heart though, matters of the heart in this first week is you don't want to fight. You don't want to fight, water signs. You done fighting. That's what's on your heart. Maybe it just is too much. You don't want to fight in this first week in November. You being pulled in all these different directions between this person that you care about, maybe your job. You just feel like you done with the fight. You done with being pulled. That's what's on your heart, not fighting. Not being pulled in so many different directions with your heart, you know? And that's what my water signs is going through in this first week. Health-wise, though, water signs, I feel like, all right, some water signs. Some water signs is getting what they want with the Four of Fire, you know. Health-wise, you get what you want. You know, I'm not going to say all my water signs is, you know, the healthiest, because some people, you know, they need to go ahead and see the doctor. But this, for these particular water signs, health-wise, you getting what you want. You know, you taking care of your health. I'll put it like that. You take care of your health. When something go wrong, if you got the insurance to do it, you go ahead and you taking care of that. You take action is what I better be saying. You take action to get what you want as far as your health. You know, if something ain't right, you gonna do what you got to do to get it right. All right. All right, water signs. How's society looking at a situation? Water signs. I got the 7 of Earth, so I think society, you know, who cares what society think, but out of outside looking at it, the outside is looking at it like you trying to get it together. I think they see you going through some stuff, or you've been through some stuff and you working on it. You know, you getting your paperwork in order. So maybe people see that you just trying to get this together. You know, you reading these love letters, or you reading these letters, these texts, and society could see that you really got your mind on this situation, that you trying to wrap it all up. You know, you trying to get it together in this first week. All right, water sign. So society definitely could see that. They could see that your mind is occupied with more important things than what society doing right now. All right, water signs. How everything gonna end in the end this week? How we gonna end this energy out? I think we not gonna fight about it. That's how it's gonna end. We got the 10 of fire in the reverse, and I think that means you're not fighting. You was fighting. You're not gonna fight. I think you're done with that fight. Water signs. Whatever going on here, you just not gonna fight about it. You done with the arguing, with the fighting, being pulled in all these directions. And I think in the end, you like, I'm done fighting. Almost like a give up type energy here, water signs, whoever going through this, because not everybody going through this, but whoever going through this, water signs, you done fighting. You done fighting about this whole situation. You done. It's over. I feel like you like, it's over. I'm not fighting you. I'm not fighting this. I'm done. That's the energy I'm picking up for my water signs. Your spiritual tendencies. I got the 10 of air in the reverse. So I feel like spiritually, you know, people trying to reach you maybe on a spiritual level, telling you what you need to do, like as far as, you know, maybe they want you to get a little help with this, like go talk to somebody. You know, you need to go to church, you need to talk to the pastor, I don't know, or you need to see a counselor, that type of energy. But I think spiritually, you're not going for that. You don't want to hear that. Like, you're not trying to hear that. You're going to take care of this the way you take care of it. It was a 10 of air in the reverse. So I think there is people that was trying to help you with this situation, but I think you're not really listening to those people. You kind of doing this thing on your own, you know. There is people there, though, that they were trying to, you know, help you. Like, listen, this is what you need to do to get yourself out of this mind frame. But you're not hearing that. I don't think you're hearing that spiritually, water signs. You don't really care about what people thinking about your spiritual tendencies. You just done with that fighting. That's how I feel. What's work gonna look like in this first week in November? Well, I think you want somebody to be punished at work. Somebody ain't doing their job. And you like, you know what? Somebody need to be punished. There's punishment here, all right? And I don't know if you feel like you should be punished, but I doubt it. I think you want somebody else to be punished. I think there's this energy like, you know what? You done with the fighting, and you done with people not doing their work, and people need to be held accountable at work. And if they not doing their work, they need to be punished. Like, there's a punishment. Like, let people be held accountable for what they don't do. That's that punishment energy that I'm feeling, all right? People should be held accountable for their own jobs. Don't put everything on one person. That's what I'm feeling at work. What you hope this first week is going, you hope this first week in November is going to be like, you hope that you can move on out of this situation. That's what you hope. But I think it's going to kind of get stuck. It's not really going to move the way you want it to move, because I got the Chariot in the reverse. So I think you hope that you could just move out of this energy, that you hope things will just move on. But I don't feel like they're going to move as fast as you want, because the Chariot is in the reverse, which is like forward movement at a standstill. So maybe it is not moving fast enough for you. This energy to get out of this fighting mode, or to get out of this situation, it's just not going to move as quick. Not as fast as you want in that first week. I'm not saying it's not going to move at all, water signs, but it's just not going to move fast. Because if it was in an upright, I'd be telling you, you moving right along and you getting out of this energy. But I think you still going to be in this energy in this first week in November with the Chariot in the reverse, okay? But you hope that it move faster than what it is. You ready to be done with this feeling, okay? What's going to be difficult, water signs, is the Knight of Water in the reverse. So I think it's going to be difficult to change. It's going to be difficult for people to change. I don't think it's going to be difficult for you to change. I think it's going to be difficult for people to change, because to me, Knights do come in and they take care of, you know, this Knight of Water here is somebody that's emotional, that listen, but it's in a reverse. So it's going to be difficult for people to just take that moment, I think, and maybe hear you out, hear your feelings, what you going through. That's going to be difficult. You know, you hope that things move along and people hear what you're going through, or people willing to make this change. But I think it's going to be hard for people to change. It's going to be hard for them to understand where you was coming from in this situation, water signs, in this first week. And that's going to make it hard for people to change, you know. They'll listen, but might not be making no moves to change that quick. They not making fast moves, you know. Not for change, you know. But they hear you. But they're just not ready. People just not ready to make moves. So water signs, I do hope this resonated with some of our water signs in this first week in November. And I'm going to see you guys next week. All right. Bye, guys.